Hi, Jessica. I wanted to thank you for your comment and your question on Facebook, and also the fact that you've joined the community over on Five Pencil Method community. And I saw your designs, enjoyed them, look forward to seeing more of your work, and it's fun to be able to share and get acquainted with you. I hope you enjoy your stay over there. Uh, Now, you also had a question here, though, how long does it take me to finish my realistic drawings? And that is a very broad question. There's a lot of factors. I'll try to just hit on a few of them here. And the five pencil method is set up so that everything counts and it has multiple purpose. So you can be, if you practice and understand it well, efficient. If you follow the procedure, everything is going to affect something else. So it's not like you're trying to decide, well, what to do. It really has a continuity. And it might be laying down a base value or working with your clean edges versus your contours or how light works. All these are going to help you interpret it better so that you can become more efficient. Now, I'm experience. I've been doing this a long time, so I don't think so much about the core concepts and the mechanics and the fundamentals as somebody trying to learn it. So that's also going to be added on to your time as you draw. But this is something you can accomplish by going over to the five pencil method and looking at the free lessons and picking up those core concepts so that you can have a chance to practice. And the more you practice, the better you're going to be. Now, I also like the fact that if you really are conscientious and understand the principles, that it's going to help whatever level of drawing you are doing or a level of experience you have be effective. And you can challenge yourself and continue doing more and more detail or see if you can capture a certain mood or whatever. But as I did in these children, the two children together in the picture, I have the sweaters on. Well, I made a determination that I realize it's going to take more time to do that, but there is an effective technique for it. And everything I'm doing, if I understand again some of the principles, is going to make it work, even though I might have some leeway and a little freedom on how I express it. And but I make that determination and decide ahead of time, if I don't do plain clothes, I'm going to cost myself a little more work. Now, if I didn't mention it, I work 80% of life size. So it's really important to decide that ahead of time. If you work too small, you can actually cramp your style, and actually the mistakes will be more glaring. And if you double your dimensions, you end up by causing yourself 4 times the picture. So I like to standardize it, working 80% of life size if I can. Helps me have a pretty good idea how much time I'm spending. On these two children, I may have done it over a period of about 10 days. And that's not being with it all the time, but I also like continuity and like to feel my picture. So it's nice to be able to flow right through it if you feel like drawing, and stick with it until you've accomplished what you want. The other little girl on the right is something I wanted to capture for the mood. And so naturally there's lighting effects and things that I wanted to capture on her wonderful hair. And those things are just things you just have to decide. If I'm going to do this, it's going to take a little more time, and that's going to depend on your experience as well. So if you know the procedure and you can understand the principles, it's going to help you go through knowing that you understand how to capture something, and then you have a chance to express yourself, and the detail doesn't become quite as much of an issue. But I'm glad you asked. I wish there was a more solid answer. It's a little bit of a nebulous answer, again, to a nebulous question in a way, because these are all subjective. Our experience, what we're working on, and what we want to accomplish in our pictures is going to determine a lot. So I enjoyed being able to share this with you, and I hope it helps. And maybe we can go ahead and share again. Thanks.